Hi, and welcome to In the Front Row, all things reactions, reviews, and interviews.
My name's Jamie Lee, and joining me on the channel today, I am super privileged to be chatting to none other than Chandler Riggs, who I know as Carl Grimes from The Walking Dead, but you go by a few names these days, don't you? Eclipse in the DJ world.
Yeah.
In the gaming world, you're known as Chair Handler, is that right?
Yeah.
Today, I'm going to call you Chandler.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So you've been in some iconic scenes in The Walking Dead. The first one that I remember, or the most memorable one for me, is when you got shot through the deer. That I stood to attention. You know, this show is taking something seriously. They just shot a child. What do you think is your most memorable moment from the show?
Oh man, God. Well, it's funny you bring that up because I've had so many birthdays on the show. That was my 12th birthday, and then I think my 14th birthday was like in season 4. We were like blasting down like moment with like machine guns.
Yes, explosions.
Yeah, so like it's like there's so many iconic like things from that show. It's hard to like pick a specific one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the entire run of the show, like especially growing up on something like that. It's so many just unforgettable things about it.
Yeah, for sure. What was the most difficult scene to shoot? Because you had a few traumatic scenes as well. You know, your mum giving birth, Laurie giving birth, and then you having to kill your mum.
Yeah.
You were one of 3 people who committed suicide on the show.
Okay.
Another traumatic.
Didn't know that.
Yes,
Yeah.
Andrea, Sasha, and you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a big moment as well. What do you think was the most difficult scene for you to shoot?
Well, you named both of them. Yeah, it was my last scene was definitely the hardest, but the runner-up is Laurie's death scene, just because it was like it was another one over my birthday. Yep.
Oh my gosh!
And,
surprise! You have to kill your mom.
Yeah. But it was just like it took us like 2 or 3 days to shoot that whole sequence, so it was just like 8 to 10 hours of just sobbing, like just 2 days straight. It was
so exhausting.
Yeah, it was pretty tiring. So. Yeah, those 2 definitely up there for hardest things to have shot.
And from that, like you were still in school, right? In Atlanta then?
Yeah, I'm from Georgia, and so
Georgia, okay.
I got to stay in public school and didn't have to move or anything, so I still kept all my old friends. But I'd have to go back like to and from school.
So you'd cry and then go do maths or something like that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And what were your friends like? Were they like trying to fish for information out of you, or they're pretty chill, like used to it now?
They were here and there, but I mean, most of the time it's like they know I couldn't say anything because I have signed all sorts. I signed my soul away to
to AMC.
So, exactly. Yeah. So it's they weren't really like digging at me for information. It wasn't that bad.
Fair enough. And so you worked with 2 pranksters, being Norman Reedus and obviously Andy Lincoln. What were some of the like most fun pranks that they pulled? Did they pull pranks on you, or what were the most fun ones that you can remember?
Yeah, they really only did them on each other. You know, they had the I remember the glitter one that's like
bomb,
all over. Yeah, I remember. I remember like I think I was like walking to my car and I just turned and I see Andy and he steps out of his car and he's just coated in glitter, and you know it's like super hot and we're all sweaty and it's like
stuck to him.
Of course you want to blast your AC. And so, yeah.
And I watched that clip and it was like even in his mouth and stuff. I thought,
well,
you got lucky then. None of them pranked you, so that was good.
No, I escaped Norman and Andy's wrath for pranks. Fortunately.
Oh, great. And how do you think that this show might wrap up? How would you like to see it end? We've got 2 more episodes before the finale. So what do you think about all that?
I really don't know. I mean, it's I know that it's not going to be anywhere close to what the comic book ending was. I'm a huge fan of the comics, and
you died in the comic. You lived in the comics and you died in the show. So it's definitely not going to follow that.
No, but I really have no idea. I don't know what they have up their sleeve, but I hope it's something that's. The thing is, like they've already announced so many spin-offs and they've already started shooting so many of these spin-offs. So it's kind of hard to say like if anything like big or dramatic is going to happen to our core like integral characters when they're going to live.
They've got spin-offs, that's right.
Yeah,
there's no sort of stake value or something like that.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I am sure they have something up their sleeve and have a curveball for us.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And do you continue to watch the show? Have you been watching the spin-offs and things?
I haven't seen 10 or 11, seasons 10 or 11 of the show yet, but I have to catch up. There's so many other shows out there that I'm trying to like keep up with that it's hard.
I know. But, what do you currently watch?
Oh man, well I'm kind of bouncing between. My girlfriend is really big into anime, so I watch a lot of anime. But Better Call Saul is one that I'm like kind of chugging through right now. I just finished watching Outer Range. There's like a ton of. I try to watch a lot of shows.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of free time or not really?
Kind of. So I'm just doing a lot of auditions right now. So
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
between that and trying to get some of my own projects up off the ground for like directing and producing things like that. So just trying to stay busy.
Yeah, that was the thing that I was going to ask you, because I know that you're into the DJing scene at the moment and making music. Are we going to hear a remix of that Karl Popper? Are you going to slide that in anywhere?
Probably not. Yeah. But it's hilarious.
It's
I
so
love
funny.
those videos.
We listen to it on the car ride here just for fun. It's just so funny. And, things that, I mean, this part wasn't from The Walking Dead, but, in the lip syncing things that they do, one of your things was like, Dreet! And we say that all the time and just get a kick out of saying that. Are there any quotes or any things from the show that you quote in your day-to-day life?
Not, I don't think so. No, it's. I mean, the show was a pretty big part of my life for a long time, but it's different because it's like I love the show, I love being on it and everything. But yeah, I don't think I have anything that like I quote from the show on a regular basis. But I find all that stuff so hilarious.
Yeah,
so like, all the
absolutely.
memes and everything, it's hilarious.
Yeah. And so obviously you've been in a few other movies and series. You're currently in a drama series, or were in a drama series, and obviously you did a few supernatural horror movies as well. Is there some genre that you would like to dive into that you haven't, like comedy or romance or anything like that?
Yeah, it'd be fun to do just do some comedy, but like I don't. It's hard because when I was on another show, A Million Little Things, one of the actors, he was in another show called Psych. It's a comedic show, and working with him was so hard because he's a fantastic comedic actor, and he would just, in the middle of the scene, break with these like hilarious one-liners, and I would try so hard to keep it together, and I just couldn't because I'm not used to stuff like that. So it'd be fun to do some more stuff in that vein, but sci-fi has always been like just the coolest genre that I hope to dive into someday. So
hopefully there's a few auditions and you can jump into that. That would be good.
Yeah, we'll see.
Awesome. Well, I thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today.
Absolutely.
And I really appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah, thanks for having me.
No worries.